let's go through together how we can draw a state diagram for our Spirit Animal Choose Your Own Adventure book. So the way a state diagram looks is it's going to be a diagram with circles and arrows. And the circles in this case are going to represent the pages that we're on, and the arrows are going to represent the choices that we are going to make. So on our very first page, we're going to look for the question that it's asking us. So in this case, it's asking for, do you like being in big groups of people? And we've got two choices, yes or no, and they lead to different other pages. The way this works in our state diagram is we're going to draw a circle to represent that question, and we are going to write a summary of that question inside the circle. So on your large butcher's paper, please draw a circle at the very top of the page, round about in the middle, and inside the circle, you're going to write a summary of the question, which is in this example, big groups of people. Notice there's a question mark there. And then we are going to draw two arrows leading away from the circle, where each of those arrows represents each one of the choices that we have. So we have a yes and a no, and we have a yes and a no. So at this point, we have captured this state for this question. So we're just going to follow, we're going to pick an answer and we're going to follow that choice and see what page that leads us to, and we're going to link that up to another circle. Let's just say that we want to follow yes. Let's say we want to follow the yes part, so we're answering yes to being in big groups of people. So if I then look at my booklet and I follow through to page 2, we get to this second question. And so back in our state diagram, we're going to follow the yes arrow and we're going to draw another circle linking to it that is going to ask the follow-up question. So the follow-up question in our booklet here is asking, do you like hot weather? So notice on our state diagram, we have drawn another circle and we've popped in the question hot weather. It's also got two choices, yes or no. So our state diagram will also have two arrows leading away from it, one for yes or one for no. And in this case, let's say we're going to follow no. Let's say you don't like hot weather, so we're going to turn to page 3. So in our booklet, we're going to turn to page 3 and we get another question. So on our state diagram, we're going to follow the no response and then draw another circle to represent the next question, which is asking, have you had the same best friend for more than 3 years? So there's the question, a summary of the question inside the circle, best friend for 3 years. Notice it's also got yes or no, so we have two arrows going yes or no. Let's say we're going to follow the no path here, so we haven't had the same best friend for 3 years. So let's take a look at our booklet. It's telling us to go to page 13. So page 13 is going to say that we are a rabbit. So back to our state diagram. We're going to follow no, and notice we're going to draw another circle here to represent the page of the rabbit, but because it's the final answer, we don't have any choices for it, and so we don't have any arrows leading away from that final circle. Okay, so this is the path that we would take in order to reach the rabbit. So at this point, obviously you can kind of see there are still a lot of unexplored paths. We can just pick any question that hasn't been fully explored and then follow the other path. So let's just say we want to go back to the hot weather question and follow the yes path. So what we're going to do is we need to find where the hot weather is in our booklet. I think it was on page 2 here. So let's see what happens if we said yes. We're going to turn to page 4, which is, are you a good swimmer? So on our state diagram, we're going to draw another circle now that links to the yes path. And it's going to ask, are you a good swimmer? Yes or no are our choices. So we've got the yes or no arrows coming out of the circle. And at this stage, you notice that the hot weather question has now been fully explored with both the yes and the no parts. Let's go back to whether you're a good swimmer. And in this case, we're going to pick a response. Let's pick yes. So we go to page 7. Page 7 is saying, do you like to sing and dance? So let's follow yes. New question, sing and dance, also yes or no. Let's say we love to sing and dance, so we're going to go to page 17. So page 17 is going to say we are a flamingo. So down here in our state diagram, follow the yes, draw another circle, and it's a flamingo. There are no choices here, so there's no arrows leading away, and that is our final animal down this path. As you go through and complete the state diagram, you may notice some questions may have multiple questions leading to it. So let's, as an example, look at this good swimmer question, which is on page 4. We've already answered yes here. Let's say if we answered no. Well, no in our booklet will lead to page 3, which is the same best friend. So in our state diagram, the no path actually will link back to a state that we have already seen. So this page was already linked to the hot weather question via the no answer, but it's also linked to the good swimmer question via no. If you don't like hot weather, or if you're not a good swimmer, both of those answers will lead you to the same next question, which is asking whether you've had the same best friend for 3 years. So you may notice that happening as you go through and complete your state diagram as well, and that's perfectly okay. So please go through on your butcher's paper and complete this state diagram for the Spirit Animal Choose Your Own Adventure booklet.